What's up? For those of you that do not follow me on Instagram, my name is Dainika. I am a licensed esthetician and nutritionist here in Houston, Texas. I specialize in all things clean beauty, as well as healing the body internally and externally through a healthy diet and a healthy lifestyle. I have been getting so many questions from my followers on Instagram, a lot of repeated questions, a lot of similar questions, and I thought what not a better way to start the new year, allowing my followers to pick my brain a little bit and allowing them to get those questions that they wanted to get answered. So I went and I posted the questions link in my Instagram bio. I let it sit for 48 hours just so that my followers had time to think of whatever it is that they wanted to ask me. I then went and screened all of the questions. I picked out the ones that were appropriate for this video, as well as kind of put some of them together that were similar so that I can answer them all at one time. And the questions are ready. I am prepared to answer them, and I am super excited because you guys have been waiting for a while. So if you are interested in seeing what my followers wanted to know, if you're one of my followers and you're tuning in but you're like, girl, finally, about time, I'm so sorry, I know it took me forever, and if not, if you just want to pick my brain as well and get to know me a little bit better, then continue watching. Alrighty, so first question was, what made you want to become an esthetician? How did you know you wanted to be an esthetician? Are you an esthetician full-time? And what made you choose this career? All of those were similar, so I kind of put those together. Okay, just to give you guys a little background information. Before I was a full-time esthetician and nutritionist, I worked as a leverage accountant for a multi-billion-dollar company. I hated it there, but I made so much money. Like the pay was extremely plentiful. Like I am super blessed to have experienced that. But I was miserable. I hated it. It was extremely micromanaging. They didn't really care about their employees. Nothing was an excuse or a reason that was justifiable for you to miss work. It was horrible. I'm not going to tell you what the company was because, yeah, I'm just not going to tell you what the company was just yet. But on my last year there, I was there for 3.5 years. My last year there, they started to do layoffs, and the office that I was working in, they were closing the office, and they let us know that the only way that we would be able to keep our pay as well as all of the benefits that we had, that I would have to move to San Antonio. I was not moving to San Antonio. My boyfriend was like, we are not moving to San Antonio, so I was laid off. And that time when they told us that we were being laid off to actually being laid off was extremely stressful. I think that also contributed to the breakouts in the skin issues that I was having. But yeah, it was, I didn't really know after I was laid off if I was going to immediately try to find another accounting job, or if I was going to do something else. It was just a long period of depression, kind of, when I was just going back and forth. And then one night I was doing my skincare routine and taking my time, of course. My boyfriend was in bed, literally annoyed that I was taking so long. And in the middle of my routine, he like yells at me and was like, this is what you need to be doing. Since you spend all your time doing skin shit anyway, this is what you need to be doing. And I was ready to pop back. Like, I was ready to go off. But then I kind of sat and thought about it. And I was like, you know what? You are so right. You are so right. Like, this is exactly what I need to be doing. Like, this is my passion. It's a hobby. this is what I need to be doing full time. So literally the next day I started looking into programs, and I started looking into schools that I could go to, and it was no time. I was enrolled, registered, and in school. So yeah, that's the answer to those questions. Did I answer it all? Yeah. Okay, yeah, that's it. Next question. How did you begin your esthetician journey from licensing to owning your own business? Well, after my boyfriend gave me the brilliant idea, like I said, I immediately went and found courses and programs that I could enroll into. I figured out how I was going to pay for school, and I started. Now, while in school, or even before starting school, I knew that I wanted to work for myself. I never wanted to go back to working for anyone. I knew that going forward, I was going to be my own boss, because I never wanted to give someone the power to control my livelihood like my previous employer had. So I never wanted to work for anyone else. So I never ever looked for a esthetician position at a spa or anything. So I went to school. I finished the program. That was it. Once I graduated, or once I got really close to graduating, I started kind of jotting down what my plan was, like what equipment I needed, what I wanted my aesthetic of my studio to be, and I just went from there. That was it. I just had a plan. I really did have a plan. Once I also built a lot of clientele while I was in school. I had friends come, and people from Instagram who, once I started to promote and show what I was getting into, they were like super intrigued. So they would come all the way to my school in Stafford and get a facial from me while I was a student. After I graduated, there was a esthetician convention that happens every year in April or May in Dallas. I went to the esthetician convention, me and my boyfriend, and literally purchased everything that I need at one time and one trip. When we were driving back to Houston, my Jeep was full. Like, I couldn't even see through my rearview mirror because there was so much shit in my car that I purchased from that one trip. So yeah, that was it. Let's see, next question. I graduate SD school in March, and I want to know, work for myself or, well, everyone's different, you know. For me, like I said, I always knew that I never wanted to work for anyone else. I always wanted to work for myself. And I feel like the lane that I'm in, the aesthetics lane that I'm in, is totally different from my peers that I went to beauty school with, you know. We're not doing the same thing. Our aesthetic is different. We offer different experiences to our clients. So if you feel like you're going to be in your own lane and you already have the clientele, then yeah, by all means, be your own boss. There's no reason for you to go and slave away for someone else. But if you don't have clientele already, that's so important. You don't want to spend all that money on starting up your own studio and not having the clientele, because then now you're wasting money. So yeah, work for yourself if in your heart you feel like you're ready, and in your heart you feel like you already know the industry, you know, you don't feel like you need more practice, then by all means go for it. Like for me, I had already done so much research on skin. I had already taught myself so much about skin prior to being in school. So I don't want to say I didn't learn anything, because I did learn a lot, but a lot of it was just like revisiting. I had already learned the anatomy of skin, or taught myself the anatomy of skin. When I was in modeling school and we had hygiene and skincare days, they taught us so much. So for me, I just felt like I already had a foot in the door. But again, everyone's different. You have to trust your gut and go with what you feel like is best for you. All right, next question. Any advice for freshly graduated estheticians? Take your time. I can't even lie. Once I graduated, I was like, I have to do this, I have to do this, I have to do this. Oh my God, this other esthetician did this, and I want to do this. And I started following all these different estheticians on Instagram, and I'm just like, oh my God, how did I forget to like add this? And I wasn't trying to take my time. I was being so anal about everything being perfect that I literally drove myself insane a little bit. So take your time and don't compare yourself to any other estheticians. And then also be original. Be original. Go with what you know and what feels good to you. I cannot stress that enough. A lot of people ask me, how did you come up with like the aesthetic of your studio, like the plants and like the grass wall, and literally, I don't know. I honestly don't know. I love plants. I love plants. I love the earth. I love everything natural. It just all came together. I didn't, even when I was like sketching it down, I knew because I want to stay in my clean beauty lane, I knew I wanted a lot of my treatments and a lot of things that I provide to my clients to be natural and to come from the earth. And this kind of just all fell together. So just be original, take your time, and don't compare yourself to any other estheticians. My throat is getting a little dry. Next question. How did you budget to save for your salon? I'm gonna take a sip of my tea. To be 100% honest, because I said I was going to be honest, I didn't budget. From the job that I was working at before, I had a lot of money saved. Because once I stopped working, there was like a period of like 6 months where I didn't do anything. Like I was kind of depressed. I was just at home every day. And then in the last like 4 to 3 months, I was just getting comfortable, and I was like, man, this is the life. Like, I love doing nothing. And then I was like, but I know I have to get back to work because my savings was dwindling. So I didn't really save anything for my salon or my studio. My amazing partner, he calls himself my manager, and my teammate, my boyfriend, he literally purchased everything for me. Every single thing. When we went to the convention, he was right there with me. Like a lot of other girls that I went to school with, they brought their friends and they were like, partying. I brought my boyfriend, and everything I said I needed it, I just kind of pointed it out, and he handed me the cash for it. And that was it. I can't even lie. But budgeting and saving is very important. Very, 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 very important. I just so happened to be very blessed and had a boyfriend as an investor. So, yeah. Sorry if that answer disappointed you, whoever asked that. Next question. Where did you go to school? I went to Ogle Beauty School. That's where I did my hands-on hours, and I got my nutrition degree from HCC, which is Houston Community College. Next question. What advice would you give someone before starting esthetician school, or that's in the middle of its esthetician school? For someone that is about to start esthetician school, I would tell them to be patient with themselves. but first and foremost, to make sure that that is exactly what you want to do. Aesthetic school is not cheap. It was 20 grand, and you can take the option to have student loans, but if not, then you're going to be paying for your school out of pocket. So before you go and do this because your best friend is doing it, or because your mom is telling you that you need to go to school for something, or because it just looks like it's fun, no. Don't. That's not a reason to go to aesthetic school. So make sure that skincare, or even if it's cosmetology, whatever the case may be, make sure that's a passion, and make sure you have a plan that once you graduate and you get your license, that you're going to move in to implementing what you just learned. Unfortunately, there were some girls that were in my class that got their license and they're not doing anything with it. And that makes me sad, but there's a time and place for everything, and everyone has their time. So, hopefully they'll get into it, but you just don't want to waste your time. That's just one thing that you can never get back, is your time. So make sure that that's something that you really want to do. And for SDs that are in school, be strong. Those days where you don't want to go, especially if you're there full time and you're there for 8 hours, make sure that you are in a great headspace. Make sure that you also too give yourself a break. Don't run yourself dry. Listen to yourself, listen to your body. If you need a day off, take a day off, but don't slack. I'm gonna say that, because if you're in the middle of SD school, you're almost done. You almost have all of your hours, so keep going. You got it. Next question. Would you ever mentor anyone? I would. But the only thing about mentoring is that it has to be a good fit, you have to really connect with that person. I feel like people try to make it seem like mentoring is such an easy thing, and anyone can mentor anyone, and that's not the case. Because like I said before about me being in my own specific lane, and there's lots of other estheticians here in Houston, Texas, but I feel like I offer something totally different than what they do. So I would want a mentee to be interested in clean beauty and clean diet and clean lifestyle, and just healing themselves naturally. My mentor, her name is Mandy. She's also my esthetician. I love her so much. I met her in school. Me and her used to go back and forth all the time about treatments for my skin and what products I was going to be using on my skin, because when I first stepped foot into school, I was anti anything that wasn't oil or aloe vera, or just anything that wasn't I could put in the fridge, take it out, or I could mix up myself. I was totally against it. But she taught me a lot of things about active ingredients and just the anatomy of skin in general. She's a pro when it comes to that, and I love her. I love her for being patient with me and allowing me to educate myself so I can find a happy medium between the two. But it just has to be a good fit. I think if I were going to mentor someone, I would have to have not auditions, interviews, so that I can make sure that we're right for each other. Because when you're mentoring someone, you're spending a lot of time. And some people charge for mentorship. I don't really know if I charge. I don't know. I have to think about that a little bit longer. But I am open to mentoring. Whether or not I would charge for it, I don't know. We'll see. How much money have you made as an esthetician? Y'all are in my pockets. I'm not going to tell you exactly how much money I've made, but I will tell you that estheticians alone, who don't also have any other degrees, make over $100,000 a year. They can make over $100,000 a year. If they are marketing and creating an experience, then you can make lots of money. So, yeah. Okay, next. What are your goals this year for Skin by Dye? I don't want to say I don't really like sharing my goals, because I keep them so close, like in my heart. They're my little babies, and I feel like there's a time and place to share them, but you know, just a couple that I feel is okay. I want to own a storefront spa by the end of the year with like 3 to 4 rooms in it. I want to have other estheticians come in and rent out spaces and just give a place for estheticians to be able to work and indulge into their passion. Because sometimes it's hard to find a studio space that's affordable, or to find a space that you like, or rent from someone that you trust or that you get along with. So I want to offer that to other esties. I want to travel. I have so many people that follow me on Instagram that are always asking, "Will you ever come to Atlanta? Will you ever come to Dallas?" And I want to do that. I want to travel and work my magic. So I want to do pop-up shops. That's something that would be pretty cool. I have kind of dabbled in this a little bit already, and it's still the first month of the year. But I want to be speaking more, you know, in front of like workshops or conventions, just about my skincare experience, my health experience, and my business, and just giving skin tips and be more of like a beauty skin blogger-esque, you know? But yeah, it's the beginning of the year. It takes time. But yeah, those are some of my goals that I want to have done by the end of the year. Okay. Next question. What made you and your boyfriend want to open up a CBD store? Well, I was diagnosed with rheumatoid arthritis when I was 17 years old. And it was freshly when me and my boyfriend started dating. We started dating when I was 16. And I was a dancer. We went to a performing arts school. And, well, it was a performing arts engineering school. He was in engineering. I was in performing arts. And I danced. So I eventually had to stop dancing because I was just in entirely too much pain. My knees would swell up. My ankles would be in so much pain. My hands, my back. It was such a miserable time. And I went to the rheumatologist, and they put me on all types of medications that made my hair fall out. It made me extremely moody. It made me lose weight. I mean, I'm already a tiny girl, so just imagine me losing any more weight. It was crazy. And I was just like, I'm over it. I'm not taking this medication anymore. I don't want to feel this way anymore. So I cold turkey just stopped taking the medication and started smoking weed. And it helped. I felt great, of course. But I just didn't want to be high all the time, you know? Like, I didn't want to be needing to be productive, and I couldn't be. Or, not that you can't be, let me say this, disclaimer, not that you cannot be productive when you're smoking because of the different strains, sativas and indicas and hybrids, but the strains that made me feel the best were indicas, and those are not great to smoke when you're wanting to be productive. They are anti-productivity. So just want to make sure I say that, because I'm not against smoking marijuana. But anyway, so I wanted to figure out something else. So of course I started using CBD, and I also started to change my diet, and I just saw crazy benefits. Like I really don't have any pain at all. I literally get facials every day, so that should tell you guys a lot when it comes to my pain in my hands and in my knees from sitting down. I don't really have any pain at all, and I'm super blessed for it. And I just, compared to how I used to feel when I was taking medication, I mean, it's 20 times better. So yeah. And as for Kadeem, one of his immediate family members has a tumor that we want to work to get rid of naturally, and with lots of research we learned that CBD does just that. So we wanted to make sure to invest into it so that we can not only heal ourselves but heal our family members. So yeah. Okay, now these next couple of questions are going into skincare. This is literally the top question. I'm not even exaggerating. 57 people asked me this, and it was, what is my skincare routine? So I'm not going to go in through all individual products, but I am going to give you guys a run through of what my routine is like, and then later on I'll do a video that shows you guys the exact products as well as me doing my routine in action. So I start my routine morning and night with a pre-cleanse oil. Sometimes I may only pre-cleanse or use the oil depending on what my skin needs, because sometimes your skin doesn't need a double cleanse. Sometimes your skin might be a little bit dry or a little bit sensitive, so especially with the weather, and here in Houston you never really know what the weather is like, so you have to treat your skin accordingly. So I use a pre-cleanse oil, then I go in with an active gel cleanser. I use a LHA cleanser, which is lipohydroxy acid, which penetrates into your pores to clear any texture, acne, or congestion. So if you have any of those problems, you need to be investing in a product that has active ingredients in it. Cetaphil or Neutrogena is not going to get the job done. After that, I use a hydrating toner or a nutrient toner. Hydrating for every day, that's going to be used in my routine at least once regardless, but I may substitute one of the toning periods with a nutrient toner, which works to control any type of blemishes or combat any irritation or blemishes that I may have at that time. After that, I start serums. So I do a vitamin C serum, I do a hyaluronic acid hydrating serum, and then I do a pigment serum, and then depending on my skin, again, you have to act accordingly, I might use a niacinamide vitamin B3 serum or a phytocorrective serum, or you never know, just whatever your skin may need at that time. You want to make sure that you're ready for it. And then after the serums, at nighttime, I'll do a retinol or a resurfacing serum. You want to alternate your retinol, especially if you're new to it. You never want to use retinol every day because that will cause irritation and it'll destroy the barrier of your skin. So you want to alternate. So even me, I've been using retinol for about a year now, but I still alternate my days because I just don't want to sensitize my skin. And then after retinol, I'll use a moisturizer, and then I will seal in my moisturizer with a hydrating face balm. And that's it. They're like, that's it, that's a lot, I know. But everybody's routine doesn't have to be that long, you know. Everybody doesn't need a 7-step or 8-step routine. Everyone's skin is different. That's why I always tell my clients, we have to consult and we have to talk about products so that we can figure out which is best for you and what kind of routine is best for you. So, what's my favorite affordable skincare line? This is a hard question because, for one, what's affordable to me may not be affordable to someone else. And then 2, I'm an esthetician. How do I pick one? That's impossible. I love everything. I'm just kidding. But I'll give you guys my top 5 right now. My first one, I'll start with something that you can get from Sephora, is Pharmacy Beauty. I am obsessed with Pharmacy Beauty. I just love how they stand for something, you know, like just the clean beauty, and the honey and bee ingredients is amazing. The resurfacing serum that I was telling you about, I use their Honeymoon Glow serum. It has flower acids and a lot of other clean resurfacing active ingredients in it. And they also have really, really great like cleansing balms and hydrating masks and cleansing oils that I don't use, but I've tried and I love. But what I do use in my routine every week is their Honeymoon Glow. Another one that I like that you can get from Sephora is Herbivore. I adore their masks. I've never tried their oils or like their serums, but their masks, I've literally tried every single one. My favorite is their brightening gemstone mask. I even use that mask in treatment sometimes with my clients who have sensitive skin after dermaplaning. So I would definitely recommend you trying them. Another one is My Shell Beauty. I love My Shell Beauty. I would never stop using My Shell Beauty. They are a clean beauty line, of course, just like the others that I named. And they're just amazing. I use their vitamin C and B hydrating lotion every day. That's my morning moisturizer. And I also use their hyaluronic acid hydrating lotion or cream at night. And then I keep their hyaluronic acid facial mist in my purse every day, just in case my skin needs a little pick-me-up. And you can find it at your local Whole Foods, at your local Sprouts, or any health food store, or online, of course. And then another one, what's another one? PCA Skin. I love, love, love PCA Skin. I was introduced to PCA Skin through my my mentor, Mandy. She works for PCA, so she's always giving me things to try and recommending things for my skin, because of course she knows my skin type and what I need. I use their hydrating hyaluronic acid serum every day. There's not a day that I don't use it, morning and night. And then I also use their their pigment corrector every day, morning and night. And the nutrient toner that I was telling you about in my routine, I use from PCA Skin as well. And then my last one, I would have to say Dermalogica. We use Dermalogica in school, and I even use it on my skin sometimes, every now and then when I just need something really gentle. And it's a great transitioning professional line for my clients that come in and they have been using Cetaphil and Neutrogena and Clean and Clear. You don't want to take them from a drugstore product to a pharmaceutical line like SkinCeuticals. You don't want to do that. You want to take it slow, find a happy medium, and Dermalogica is perfect for that. They are moderately clean. They don't really have any toxic ingredients at all. And it's great. They have active ingredients and it actually works, and it's accessible. You can go to Ulta and you can purchase literally everything or order it there and they'll have it ready for you. So those are my top 5. What is your advice for someone who can't avoid popping pimples? Woo, this is a trigger because that was me. I could not stop popping my pimples for nothing. When my skin first started breaking out, that was new to me. I had never experienced that before. So every little thing that popped up, whether it was a blackhead, a whitehead, a cystic pimple underneath the skin, I was picking at it. I was squeezing, I was pinching, and that made my experience 10 times worse. I cannot stress this enough, especially as Black women. It takes a second for us to create a scar on our skin, but it can literally take you a year to get that pigmentation to go away. I'm still working on getting rid of scars. You just have to gain self-control. You have to mentally tell yourself that this will heal. Use the products that your esthetician or someone has recommended to you, and just keep your hands out of your face. There's no other way for me to say it than stop. Stop doing it. Just please stop doing it. But one way that has helped me to stop picking and to kind of out of sight, out of mind type of thing is zit stickers. I cannot thank Zit Sticker enough for sending me the zit stickers that they did, because what they do is, you put the zit sticker on, whatever active ingredients are in the formulation of the sticker penetrates into the breakout, and not only is it actively treating it, but it's preventing you from being able to get to it. So what I will walk around with a zit sticker on my face all day for 24 hours. And then that keeps me from looking at it, from pinching at it, from wanting to squeeze it. And then by the time I take the sticker off, it's shrunken. And then depending on the type of pimple it is, it may take a little bit longer for it to shrink or for it to heal. You just put another zit sticker on there. And a little tip, because zit stickers can be a little bit expensive. I've done lots of research on this. You guys can go to a Walgreens or a CVS or just anywhere that sells Band-Aids and get the Hydro Seal Band-Aid, the one that has the colloidal healing on the inside of it. Put that on a zit or a pimple, and I kid you not, it does literally the exact same thing that a zit sticker does, if not better. I could not make this up. I cannot make this up. I'm telling you. You better listen. You better listen to me. I'm not joking. It really, really works. And that'll save you some. I mean, they're not going to be cute little shapes, but you can cut them into the shape or the size of your pimple and then slap it on there, and I'm telling you, it's going to work just the same. Period. I'm so annoying. Next question is natural ways to get rid of pigmentation. Aloe vera gel straight from the plant is a really, really great one. You put it on your skin after cleansing and toning. You let it sit, dry on your skin until there's literally nothing left, your skin to be nice and dry and supple, and then you go and wash it off and finish your routine. That will help to naturally clear your pigmentation. Also, sea moss. Sea moss is really, really good for pigmentation and just overall skin health. You can mix it with your aloe vera or use it by itself, but that builds collagen in your skin to help it build and create new skin cells, which ultimately brightens your skin tone and evens out your skin tone. Favorite procedure to fade scars and pigmentation. Once I had my acne subside and I no longer was breaking out consistently, I would either dermaplane myself or have my esthetician dermaplane me and do a chemical peel or enzyme treatment on me every 3 weeks. And that literally is the best for me, and I recommend that to my clients as well. For someone who's not wanting to experience chemical pills and looking like you went through a zombie apocalypse and shed like a snake, dermaplane and enzyme treatment or light peel, like a lactic acid peel, is really, really great for pigmentation. What are some suggestions for people dealing with hormonal acne? With hormonal acne, that's an internal complication. You want to start to heal your body from the inside, which means that you need to start introducing your body to supplements and vitamins. Also building a complete regimen that's going to target your hormonal chin area, which is where you'll see breakouts in the chin, upper jaw, and lower jaw region. Hormonal acne is definitely hard to treat externally if you're not taking care of the internal issue. So seeing a nutritionist, seeing someone who's going to be able to tell you how to cleanse your body and balance your hormones is going to get that hormonal acne to subside, so that you can start having the skin that you want, the skin of your goals, the skin of your dreams, I should say. What helped you the most with hyperpigmentation? Of course, the treatment that I told you about, and just making sure that I maintain my regimen: sunscreen, pigment corrector, and healthy diet. Honestly, it's that easy. I know that kind of sounds cliche, but it's that easy. I think I had 2 chemical pills that were like the acne pills, and I have only had one of the pills that get rid of pigmentation, but it wasn't the very strong one. I didn't really shed any skin at all. I flaked a little bit, but that was literally it. So listening to my esthetician and keeping a pigment corrector in my back pocket, using it morning and night, and wearing my sunscreen for sure. Alright, so I really hope that this footage isn't terrible, because my camera died and I've been waiting on the battery to charge and trying to get footage in from between charges, and it's trash, and I'm tired of trying. So I'm now recording these last questions on my iPhone. So if the footage looks terrible, I apologize. But okay, let's get this done. Okay. Next question is, I think I was finishing answering the previous question, which was what helped the most with your hyperpigmentation. And the last thing I was going to say is also learning which products and individual ingredients worked best for my skin was a big change for me. Just trying all these products because it's said to do this and it does that and it's going to work wonders for your skin. No, you want to figure out which specific ingredient your skin likes and what it doesn't, and then look for different products that have those ingredients and that don't have those ingredients, and utilize those products. It's really, I don't want to say it's not about the name, because of course you want to go with the products that are going to work for you and that are labeled to be effective, and in my case clean, but you definitely want to make sure that it has the ingredients that your skin needs. All right, next thing, is it okay to use pure vitamin C on your face? What products shouldn't you use it with? Not sure if I should be using. Now, vitamin C is a potent antioxidant that aids in the regeneration process of your skin. So you most definitely should be using vitamin C. I have been beating down all of my clients' throats. Use your vitamin C. Use your vitamin C. Please don't forget to use your vitamin C. If there isn't anything else that you go and you purchase after seeing me, please make sure you go and purchase your vitamin C. it just aids in repairing your damaged pigmented skin cells. And then as like for Black women, it smooths out fine lines and wrinkles, it builds elasticity, it plumps up your skin, it fights off free radicals, and it prevents premature aging. And we want our Black to not crack, of course. So vitamin C, use your vitamin C every day, every single day. The only thing that you should not be using vitamin C with or in conjunction with every single day is alpha hydroxy acids, because alpha hydroxy acids can create irritation. But it's okay to use, every now and then or in moderation together. But vitamin C should be used every single day, every morning. Alpha hydroxy acids, you can incorporate it once or twice a week into your routine. So yes, use your vitamin C serum, girl. Don't go without it. Next question. Any moisturizer and sunscreen recommendations? My favorite sunscreen right now is by the brand Supergoop. I use their tinted dewy sunscreen. I love it. It's super great for my skin, and because I'm an oily gal, I don't want a sunscreen that's going to make me even oilier. I want it to kind of work with the natural oil that I already have. So the Supergoop tinted, or it's like not super tinted either, it matches my skin pretty well. That's a good one. And what other? Oh, the PCA Skin. I can't think of the exact name right now, but it's the PCA Skin, the normal sunscreen. I used it for about a week before I lost it when I was traveling. It makes me really sad because I need to purchase another one, but I just haven't gotten around to it. But those two are my favorite. And then the next question was, or similar question was, best sunscreen for dark skin tones. And again, I said we were going to talk about the argument about Black people needing sunscreen another day, and this kind of triggers me again, but sunscreens should not leave that white cast on your face. That's how you know it's not for you, okay? So if you use a sunscreen and you look like Casper the Friendly Ghost, please throw it in the trash and move on to something else. Please and thanks. Okay. Good drugstore face wash, question mark, question mark, question mark. There aren't any, sis. Next question. Okay. What's most important to make sure you're doing for the individual skin types? Ooh. What's the most simple way that I can say this? For dry skin, it's mandatory that you incorporate a cream cleanser in the morning and an oil cleanser at night and a hydrating toner. That's going to help add moisture into your skin. For oily skin, it's mandatory that you use a gel cleanser in the morning, and at nighttime you want to use a cream to make sure that your skin isn't stripped of all of its natural oils throughout the day. And yeah, that's pretty much it between the two. I feel like that's pretty easy to remember. Now, your skin will change, especially after different treatments. So you don't want to only stick to one thing. If your skin is feeling drier than it usually does, or if you're oily, because sometimes, especially in the wintertime, my skin starts to feel really dry. So I will start using a different cleanser or a thicker moisturizer, or no longer using my gel cleanser and start using a thicker, creamier cleanser that's gonna help my skin produce more oil or more lubrication or more moisture, I should say. So Just listen to your skin. But definitely, as a dry gal, you want to make sure to use products that are going to add moisture. So that's a cream cleanser, and a really great hydrating, thick, creamy moisturizer. As well as, if you're an oily gal, you want to use things that are going to balance or create a happy medium. So a gel at one point of the day and a cream at the other part of the day will help you find that happy medium between the two. Are facials safe for pregnant women? Most definitely. Pregnant women need to get pampered too, and pregnant women need to take care of their skin. Pregnant women need to have that glow. So you most definitely want to get a facial. Being pregnant shouldn't stop you from doing so. But when you go and get a facial, you only want to focus on the regular cleansing processes. You don't want to get any extras, any bells or whistles, or any extras like high frequency or currents or peels or any type of laser therapy. You don't want any of that, because that is going to make the little nugget not very happy. And you too, you're going to feel some uncomfortability. Is that a word? You're going to be uncomfortable when having those things done. So you want to just stick to the normal cleansing processes when you go and get a facial if you're pregnant. Next question. I have heard of skin mapping. Is it really a thing? Most definitely. Man, skin mapping is really important. I tell my clients this all the time. You want to know your skin. You want to know what your skin is telling you. Any issue or any ailment that's going on the inside of your body is going to manifest onto your skin. So really quick, any breakouts in your forehead area is letting you know that your digestive system is having issues and it's not happy. It's having trouble digesting something. Something is irritating your gut, or you're having an overbalance or an imbalance in your bacteria, and that stress is coming out on your forehead. Any breakouts along your chin and jawline area, of course, is hormonal. Any breakouts in your temple to underneath your eye area is your liver and your kidney. You're drinking too much. You're not drinking enough water. And you need to drink lots of liquids that are going to flush out your liver and your kidney. So yes, listen to your skin. Pay attention to what your skin is doing and where you're breaking out, because it can tell you a lot. It can let you know what changes you need to make with your daily lifestyle. Next question. What advice would you give someone going through a similar acne experience that you had? To not be so hard on yourself. I was so extremely depressed and traumatized by my skin. I had people asking me if I was pregnant because they hadn't seen me. I was in hiding. I would not step out of the house because I didn't want anyone to see me. And you have to understand that acne and breakouts are normal, and everyone experiences it in some type of form or fashion. Even if it's not on their face, it'll be on their chest, it'll be on their back, it'll be on their legs, on their butt. Like, there's a lot of different areas that you can break out, and don't feel like it's just you. Don't alienate yourself, and figure out what you need to do to heal your skin, period. What's good products for body discoloration, dark underarms, neck, knees, and bikini area? And is there a good skincare routine for your body? The only pigment bar that I have used for my body is the one from PCA Skin. It comes in a little jar with these sponges that you use to get it nice and sudsy, and you can use it to scrub every area of your body that has pigmentation. Of course, being careful in your bikini area because you don't want to get it in your honey pot. But everywhere else is really, really great. You'll see the transformation in the tone of your skin almost immediately within like a week or so. So Make sure when using it that you're consistent though, because you don't want to start using it and stop using it. A good routine for your body is really just making sure to exfoliate. Especially as women, if you wax, you want to wax your body, and then a day or two after waxing you want to exfoliate, because sometimes you get like those rough patches after getting waxed. So you want to exfoliate your body, whether it be with a compressed sponge or one of those exfoliating gloves, and then moisturize with a thick butter textured cream, and that's it really. And use your whatever pigment bar of your choice. But your body is much thicker, the skin is much thicker of course than your face, and it's not as sensitive, so you can really use all types of different scrubs on your body than you can use on your face. Is shea butter a good face moisturizer? Yes, it is. I've heard a lot of other opinions about it, but it is definitely a great moisturizer if you're not acneic. Sometimes shea butter can clog your pores and be comedogenic if you use too much of it, but if you're dry or normal skin, then shea butter is definitely a really great moisturizer. But if you're acneic, you want to kind of mix it in with other type of cream moisturizer, or put it on top of your moisturizer to work as a sealant, so that it's pushing in and helping your everyday moisturizer to penetrate into your skin. And I would only use it at nighttime. I wouldn't use it during the day, especially in the summertime where the heat is causing it to melt and get into your pores even more. Is a facial steamer a beneficial buy if I were to get it off of Amazon? How should I use it when cleansing? You would use it the same way as your esthetician would, or when you get a facial. You start the steamer and you start cleansing your face, and you stand in front of the steamer or put your face in the steamer as you're cleansing or while you're masking. The steam helps to open up your pores and allow the products to penetrate much deeper. And if you get the steamer that has the cooling, like the cooling as well, then that'll also help to shrink your pores and make them appear smaller after. So yes, steaming at home is a very beneficial thing. I mean, even if you don't want to purchase a steamer, you can boil hot water and place your face over the pot, but you have to be extremely careful with that because you don't want to burn yourself. Does your diet really play a big role in your skin health, or do you just want everyone to be vegan like you? Seriously. Yes, your diet plays an extremely large role in your skin health. Like I was telling you before, any breakouts that you're getting in your forehead area are coming from any type of stress or issues that you're having in your gut or in your digestive system. So if you're eating something that you have a food intolerance for, lots of sugars, lots of gluten, dairy, that's all going to manifest onto your face. So definitely, if you're eating McDonald's every day and your forehead looks like Braille, that's why your skin is trying to tell you that it's not happy and it's having issues digesting the crap that you're putting into your body every day. How do you know what foods are affecting the way your skin looks? The quickest way is to go and have a allergy test or an intolerance test. That's the quickest way. But if you don't have a doctor to go to or a nutritionist to go to that can provide you or send you to get that allergy test, cleansing and doing different flushes will help you. So if you go a week without eating dairy and you see your skin clear up, or a week or two, because sometimes it takes longer for your body to clean itself out, then you know, hey, my skin doesn't like dairy, and vice versa for anything else that you're eating. Usually in women, if you are seeing issues in your forehead area, it's either sugar, gluten in bread, starches, or dairy. Literally 95% of the time, it's those. What podcast do you listen to, if any? I'm just now getting into podcasts. My favorite one right now that I'm obsessed with is Naked Beauty Planet. Brooke actually just followed me on Instagram the other day, and I was super excited. So if you're watching this, Brooke, I love you. But that's it. If you have any other podcast suggestions, let me know, or comment them down below so that I can start watching, because I want to get into them. I'm trying to get into audibles too, so like listening to books during the day when I'm like doing anything, but I want to get into podcasts, so recommend some. What or who is your SD inspo on Instagram? I have 3. My favorite right now is the LA beautyologist that is based out of LA, of course. And she inspires me specifically because of her social media presence. I want to have that type of presence, and I want to have that type of following of people who come to me and trust my word on skincare. Literally on Twitter and on Instagram, I see so many people asking her so many questions about their skin, and I want people to trust me with their skin like that too. Another one is Jules Skin Therapist on Instagram. She is a pigment magician, and I'm really great with pigmentation too, don't get me wrong, but she's much older and she's been in the game much longer, so her work is incredible. And then the last is Healthy Goddess, or Heal Thy Goddess, I think is how you say it. She is also a nutritionist, and she not only works with your skin with like herbs and things that come from the earth, but she also does cleansing with like crystals and things like that. So I've always wanted to get into that in my practice, and watching her motivates me and inspires me to do so. Next question: if you had the power to heal all sicknesses or heal skin with one touch, would you charge for it? That's a funny question. That's not okay. No, I wouldn't charge. I'm sure though, like people would tip me. I would accept tips, but I wouldn't charge. And the very, very last question: how do we achieve the glazed donut glow that you always have? Oh, it takes patience for one, and it also takes a consistent skincare routine, and it also takes dedication. It takes strength, because my skin hasn't always been this way. My boyfriend says that regardless of if I have a blemish or a breakout, my skin is always glowing. I wish I saw what he saw, but I really just have a really great diet. I try to always implement healthy eating, even though I stray away every now and then. I keep up with my routine. I listen to my mentor and my esthetician, and I try to drink lots of water, and that's it. I know that sounds easy and cliche, but that's really it. You don't want to stray away from the plan to reach your goals or reach your skin goals. And whenever I was going through it with my skin, I just made sure to keep up. But yep, that's it. That's all the questions. Actually, yeah, that is all the questions. So I hope I answered everyone's questions. I hope I didn't miss anyone. And I also hope this footage, when I switched from my camera to my phone, wasn't trash, because I'm not going to re-record it. But I'm super excited to start my YouTube channel. It's been forever, and I really like the idea of the Q&A being my first video. But if there's anything else that you'd like to see, please make sure to comment below. Don't forget to subscribe, and don't forget to follow me on Instagram.